At least 60 people have died after a massive explosion rocked the Lebanese capital. Let's bring in our Middle East correspondent Eric Torchek now. Eric, good morning. What's the latest?
Well, Michael, the Lebanese Prime Minister says that the city will need a 2-week state of emergency given the extent of the damage. Thousands of people injured, homes, businesses destroyed, and as you mentioned, at least 60 people dead, although authorities are still at the moment reportedly trying to recover a number of bodies from around the Beirut port. Some of the air pollution that was reported directly after the explosion in the evening has apparently cleared, so that's at least one hazard that the people in Beirut won't have to deal with. But the scale of this disaster is becoming clear, to the point where some Lebanese health officials are suggesting that residents, if they can, should leave Beirut for a while because there's just so much damage to the city's infrastructure, to homes and to businesses right across Beirut. The world's taken notice of what's happened. You know, there's offers of aid coming in from Europe. The US says it's monitoring the situation, and Australia's Prime Minister Scott Morrison also voiced his support, especially given the many Lebanese Australians and the strong links between Australia and Lebanon. But it's still a really serious situation, and the authorities there are still trying to get a grip on exactly what's going on. People we spoke to said, we spoke to a pharmacist actually in Ashrafia, which is very close to the port area, who said that he estimated between 400 and 500 people had come into his very small shop for treatment. He'd run out of bandages, he'd run out of antiseptic, he'd run out of medication to give them, all because they couldn't go to a hospital because of the overwhelming load of people. So things are still pretty serious in Beirut right now.
And we don't know what's caused the explosion yet, Eric.
Michael, there's so much speculation. You know, we talked about that initial report from the head of the Lebanese General Security saying it may have been a warehouse storing confiscated explosive material. There's now some doubt about that, even though Lebanon's Prime Minister said they were aware of hazardous materials in that area. What's clear is that there was a warehouse storing chemicals and that there's been there's been a fire there and it's ignited into that massive blast that caused all the damage. Lebanon's government's promised an investigation, but there is so much speculation, it's really difficult to say right now what the cause of the blast is.
Eric Torchek will stay across this story as the morning goes on. Thank you so much, Lisa. We have some news on that front just coming in now.
Yes, the Prime Minister has confirmed that an Australian has been killed in the Beirut explosion. Our colleague, ABC colleague Gavin Coote, just putting this out, that Mr Morrison says there are usually about 20,000 Australians in Lebanon before the coronavirus hit, but he has confirmed just in the last few minutes that an Australian has been killed in that explosion.